It's Let's Be Creative with the LBC. Welcome back. We are on a little journey, and this is the 10th lesson in learning how to play the ukulele. And 10 lessons, seems like I started doing this a long time ago. And if you've been watching as the series progresses, I hope you're feeling like you're getting something out of taking this step by step and going from zero to now you actually have some skills that allow you to pick this instrument up and feel like you're playing it. So this week, I'd like to do something a little unusual. I've been thinking about last week's lesson. We started learning the rhythm part, learning how to play a song called Wipeout. And I feel like I approached it wrong. I feel like I rushed it a little bit. And I threw some chords in there, and the more I thought about it, I feel like I did it in a way that wasn't, it was a little too quick. So I'd like to take a step back this week and talk about an easier way to play that part, and then also get us ready for learning how to play the lead part. So we are going to go over again some of the things that we talked about last week. And then I'd like to, instead of doing the bar chords, if you haven't seen lesson number 9, you'll see that I introduced a chord that's pretty advanced for people who are just learning how to play, where you take a finger and you stretch it across the entire neck and you make a bar. The other thing I thought about is the word bar is getting used a lot. We were talking about the 12 bar blues, and then I'm talking about this being a bar chord. And a lot of times in music, words mean different things, but in this case, the bar means two different things. There's a bar, which is a measure in music, and then there's putting a bar across the neck like this and doing this chord. You can definitely do bar chords. But I think the better way to approach the rhythm part to this song would have been to learn it another way first. And so that's what we're going to do today. I'm just going to back up just a little bit. If you tried the bar chords and you're getting it, great, that's awesome. But if you took that information that I was putting out last week and you were kind of thinking like, wait a minute, this is a little over my head, that's, maybe exactly how you should have been feeling as a beginner. And so I would like to look at that rhythm part again, taking what we did in the last lesson, and then maybe just stepping back just a little bit and trying to make sense of everything. So today we are still working on the rhythm part of Wipeout, and we'll be playing it with a beat later. And then we'll be talking about getting ready to play the lead part, which is completely different than playing chords, playing single note lead lines. It's just a different technique than playing chords. So, and it's a lot of fun, and it's also, there's a little learning curve and you need to get used to it. So this week, we'll get into playing the rhythm part to Wipeout, and we'll also talk about using your fingers for one note lead part, melody part. All right, so here we go. Okay, so we're going to get into the rhythm part for Wipeout, but this week, instead of using bar chords, we're going to substitute those for easier chords, that all of which can be played down here in this area of the neck, where the other chords that we've been learning have been. And I feel like I probably should have done that first and introduced the bar chords later, but there you go. I'm going to do it today. So we had A7, and A7 is great because it's a one finger chord. And then we have D7. Now, another thing that I noticed is that the chord chart that I was using tells you to put your first and second finger to make the D7. And I think, especially in this song, it's a much better idea to let your second and third fingers play the D7. That's mostly because when you come from A7, here's your A7, which is our first chord. When you go to the D7, all you have to do, your fingers are right here ready to go. All you have to do is pick the A7 finger up and drop those two down. The second finger on the second fret of the fourth string, remembering that the fourth string is the one that's closest to your face. The first string, like the first floor of a building, is on the bottom. And so the second finger on the fourth string, the third finger is on the second fret of the second string. So there you go with your D7. Now we did talk about that in the last lesson, in lesson number 9. And so I used this D7 in the first part of the song, but then I went to this D7 and later the bar chord in the second part of the song. And today we're going to play a version that doesn't have bar chords in it at all. So you've got A7, you have D7, and then we're going to need an E7. So how can we play an E7 without doing the bar chord? Well, the chord is like this. You're going to take your first finger, put it on the first fret of the fourth string. Then you're going to take, there's two ways you can do this. I think for me, the comfortable way is to put my third finger on the second fret of the third string and my pinky on the second fret of the first string. So when we play that, that's an E7. Now you could also do these two fingers with your second and third finger. Instead of doing it with 3 and 4, you could do second and third. That feels like a little bit of a weird twist for me in my wrist, but that feels better to me. But if that feels okay to you and that's how you want to do it, there's different ways you can finger that chord. So we did talk about the progression known as the 12-bar blues, and it's very common, and so many songs have been written over that chord progression, and this is one of them. So you have the first chord gets played for 4 measures or 4 bars. So we have A7 for 4 bars. We'll play this in just a minute. Then we have D7, which I'm playing with my second and third finger. I'm going to play that for 2 bars, 2 groups of 4. A bar is a measure, and in this song, a measure has 4 beats. Most of the time, a measure will have 4 beats. It doesn't always have 4 beats, but in this application right now, in this song that we're talking about, once 4 beats pass, we're into the next measure. So we have 4 measures of A7, 2 measures of D7, and then we go back to 2 measures of A7. Now we go to the E7, that's not the bar chord. You only do that for 1 measure. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, or if you're doing the strumming pattern, that takes 4 beats to do. And then you go to 1 measure of the D7, so you're pretty much right there. You just take your fingers and do a very quick switch like that. You're on your E7 and you go to your D7. You do that 1 time. And then you do the A7 again. There's our beat, there's our tempo, nice and easy, not too fast at all. So if you're comfortable doing the strumming pattern, it's down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Or if you're still not quite comfortable with that, you can always take it straight down. You can play it either way you want. I'm going to do the strumming pattern, and we're going to start on A7. We're going to go 4 A7s, 2 D7s, 2 A7s, 1 E7, 1 D7, and 2 A7s. Okay, so here we go. Ready? A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, go. 2, 3, 4, D7, let's take a pass this time with the bar chords. You can keep doing the chords that aren't bar chords. You can keep using this E7 and this D7 if that's more comfortable for you. But for the people who would like to try the bar chords, remember that we're barring the 4th fret and we're fretting also the 5th fret of the 1st string. So, and if you want, as I said last time, you can take that 2nd finger and clamp down on the 1st finger to get a little bit more pressure, because you have to push those down hard enough that you're getting a note. You don't want this, which is a common sound when you're beginning. So in order to get a little more pressure on there, if this finger isn't pushing down hard enough, clamp the other finger down on top of it, and then you're gonna get this for your E7, 4th fret, slide it down 2 frets, and then that will be your D7. So E7, when we get to that passage. All right, this time through we'll use bar chords. 1, a 2, a 1, 2, ready, go. D7. Back to the A7. Here come the bar chords. Let's do it again. Okay, now let's talk about getting ready to play the lead part, because there is the rhythm part, which is what we've been working on, and then there is the lead part, and they both go together. They're both important. I have a warm-up exercise that I like to teach students, and this can also get you ready for playing lead. Basically what you do is we have fingers 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we have frets 1, 2, 3, and 4. This isn't a song, this is just an exercise, and actually this is a great way to warm up right before you play. It gets your brain-hand coordination going, and it just helps you with making single note sounds instead of playing the entire chord. And I'm going to play it first, and then I'll explain what it is we're doing. So we're basically going like this. It's like a little exercise. And all I'm doing is I'm taking each finger, I'm playing the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret, and then I go to the next string and do the same thing. 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret. Now you notice I don't have to leave, once I'm done with the 1st fret and I'm on to the 2nd fret, I don't have to leave this finger down, so that by the time I'm done I have all 4 fingers. You can do it that way if you want, but you really all you need to do is go fret, 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 and you go up 1, 2, 3, 4 on all the strings. You can start up at the 4th string like I just did, or you could actually start here on the 1st string. Up to you. But the idea is you move across the strings 1, 2, 3, 4, and then when you get to however you started, when you get to the end, you go backwards and you go 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then, if you want to keep on going, you can move into the 2nd position. So here's the 1st position where the 1st finger's on the 1st fret, and then each finger takes the next fret. So the 2nd finger takes the 2nd fret, and so on. If you want to give yourself a little bit more of a challenge, slide your hand now into the 2nd position. so that the first finger is on the second fret, and you would go up like this. And then backwards. Slide it up to the third position. This is a really great way to warm your hand up, and it's also a really good way to get used to playing single notes, because don't forget that while you're doing this with this hand, this thumb, I'm plucking with my thumb, whatever it is you choose to pluck with. Some people do it with a finger this way. Some people would do it with a pick. But either way, one thing you're trying to coordinate is plucking the string. Okay, I did that one. When I go to the next string, I gotta make sure that this finger also moves to the next string. So it's a lot going on. There's a lot of coordination going on. So before we dive into that, it's coming. I would like for you to take some time and get used to this. It's not even a bad idea to play with a metronome. And if this is the beat, this is fast right now. I wouldn't suggest this speed for a beginner speed, but you have your metronome and you go nice and even. So it doesn't, at first you just try to play the notes. You try to make the notes sound good. You want a clear, nice tone on your note. It's not a race. You're not trying to speed through anything. You're trying to get clear notes, and you're trying to get these hands to work together. Totally different than strumming all the strings down. What we really want is steady playing. It doesn't matter how fast or slow you are. What really matters is that you can keep it going very steady. So that's what I would like for you to work on this week. You can play your Wipeout rhythm part without bar chords. And then if you're feeling like you want to jump into the bar chords, go for it. So I guess we'll call it the beginner option and the little more intermediate option with the bar chords. And you pick which one you want to go on. Of course, eventually you can definitely do both. But I think it's important at first when you're trying something that you feel like it's something that you can actually do. And so that's what we were working on today. I hope you have a great week. I hope you're enjoying this weather and enjoying how to play the ukulele. All right, talk to you next time.